We are going to talk that how to use Eclipse IDE and Apache Tomcat web server for writing web applications in Java. So if you have not downloaded Eclipse so far, so I would recommend that you download any of these packages of Eclipse, Eclipse IDE for Java developers or Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java developers. You can download any of these, but if you are using this Eclipse IDE for Java developers, then you need to use one more component to your Eclipse IDE so that you can create and run your Java applications. So after downloading this Eclipse IDE, what is the next thing that you need to do is to download this Apache Tomcat server. So this is the website of Apache Tomcat web server. If you just Google it, and then you can get the link for this website, and there are various download options available, and the latest stable version of Apache Tomcat is 9, and you can also download 8, 7 or whatever version you want. So just go to the binary distribution and from core download any of the files according to your operating system and computer configuration. So here I have just downloaded GIF file. The first version I'm working on Ubuntu. You can download the 32-bit Windows GIF version or 64 Windows GIF version. So this downloaded file is present here on my desktop. I have just unzipped it, and it needs to be placed in a directory. So let's see that what are the steps we need to perform. The first thing is that we need to install Eclipse J2EE version, or if we are using some other version, then we need to add some web components to that Eclipse installation, and we need to go to Eclipse Marketplace. So how to do that? I just need to go to my Eclipse. This is my Eclipse, and how I can find whether this Eclipse installation is okay or not. So that is very easy. Just go to File and New, and if you can see here dynamic web project or enterprise application project, it means it is good for writing web applications. But if these options are not coming, in that case you need to add web component. So how to add web component? So you need to go to Help, then Eclipse Marketplace, just click on it, and just click on search. It is taking a while. And just type here JSP, because we need we need to write Java server pages, and just click on Go. So it is just like Play Store for Android. So this is the marketplace for Eclipse, where you can add various components as per your requirements. So this Eclipse Java Enterprise Developer Tool contains all the components that you require for creating Java web application, Java server faces, and Java server pages, and many more. So this needs to be installed in your Eclipse if you want to write web applications in Java using Eclipse. But if you are already having Java Enterprise Application Development, which is this Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java developers. In that case, this particular package already comes with your installation, and for installing this, just click on this install. It is already installed, so I don't have to do anything. I'm just closing it and then coming to this Eclipse starting screen. So the first thing is this. In the next thing, I have downloaded my Apache Tomcat web server, which is available on my desktop or in downloads folder, wherever it is. I've just unzipped it in this folder. So I can also configure it from this location, but it is good to keep this in program files if you are using Windows operating system, or to keep it in opt directory, so that it is available with the other installed software. And if after a few days you are looking for this directory, then you can find it easily there. So what is next? Next thing is that you need to set these two environment variables, which is java_home and Catalina_home. So this java_home should contain the path of your JDK folder. You know where your JDK folder is there on your system, and this Catalina home should contain the path of Tomcat lib directory. So in if you want to set the paths permanently in Ubuntu, then you just need to update .bash rc file. So where you can find out it is just available in the root directory. But if you are using Windows, then you know that how to set the environment variables. You just create these two environment variables, and based on that, what is the path of JDK folder. So just copy that, and then this create this environment variable, and Catalina home will contain the path to Tomcat lib directory. So where this Tomcat lib directory is there, so just go to the folder that you have just downloaded and unzipped. So I have just pasted it inside opt directory, which is available in my root. So I just need to go to root and then go to opt, and then this is Apache Tomcat, the directory for my Apache Tomcat server. And here in this lib directory, so I just need to copy the path till here, and this needs to be kept inside. So I just need to right click and copy this, and then I'm going to the root, and in that case I just need to look for bash rc file. So bash rc file is available here, and I just need to edit it with any editor. I'm using built-in nano editor. Just try with sudo and then nano.bash rc, and just click with Y. So these are the contents of .bash rc file, and at the last I need to add these two environment variables here, which is Catalina home. So I just need to provide here path of Apache Tomcat directory, and for java_home I just need to provide the path to my JDK. So right now OpenJDK version 11 is installed on my system, but if you're using Windows, then it will be something different. So just provide the path of path till JDK only, and here you need to mention here export. It will be adding it to the environment variable. So just come out of this file after editing this. So we have just set the environment variables and have completed step number 3. So now let's move to configuring Apache Tomcat Server with Eclipse, and after that we'll be adding this Servlet-Api.jar file in our libraries, and then we'll be creating and running our first web application using Eclipse and Apache Tomcat. So this is my Eclipse starting screen. First I need to create a web application, so I'll go to new, then dynamic web project, and let me keep some name for this project, OGI_web app, and then just go to next and keep it as default and finish it. So this is my OGI web app, which is having some default folder structure, and this web content folder is very important. Then there is web inf folder, so we'll be discussing them just shortly. So let me add some files to this folder. What type of files I can include? So I can keep some JSP files, some servlets, and even some HTML. So what is a web project? It contains the web pages that can run on client as well as on server side. So for server side scripting we can use JSP or servlet, and if you want to just display some web pages on client side, then we can use HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. So let's create one HTML page in our web application, and just choose HTML file, give it a name, first.html. So this is the HTML simple HTML page created, and which is giving a message, hello world, and I want to run this HTML page on my server. So first I need to have the Apache Tomcat server configured with my this Eclipse installation. So how I can configure my Apache Tomcat web server? To define a new server configuration, then you can do this. Just go to right click on the web project folder, then just go to run as, run on server, and manually define a new server, and just pick up from this list the version of the Apache Tomcat server, which is version 9. So it will automatically select this server name from here, and always use this server when running this project. So you can just check it up or can just leave it. Go to next. So this is the location of the folder of directory where we have stored our Apache Tomcat server resources, and just click on finish. So it is starting this server, and the server did not find current representation for the target resource, is not willing to disclose on exist. So let's just click check. Okay, this is started. Okay, so we just rerun this script, and here we are seeing the output where we have successfully run our HTML file on the web server after configuration. And next, let's add a JSP file. JSP is Java Server Pages. So right click here, new, and just go to JSP file. So this is JSP file. Let's give it a name, index.jsp. Finish it. So this is our JSP file. JSP is just a combination of HTML and Java. So some Java code is coming up here and it is not able to recognize this code. Here we need to include Servlet-Api.jar file in our project, and that can be added after right clicking on the project folder. Just go to build path, configure build path, and then from here just go to libraries, and from class path, just after clicking on class path, just add external jars, and here you need to navigate to lib folder of your Apache Tomcat directory. So we need to go to opt, and then this is the directory for Apache. Then need to go to lib, and here you will find various jar files. We need to select Servlet-Api.jar. Just open it, apply, and then just cancel it. So this is something that we have added. Now you need to write some script. So for writing a JSP script, it has to be written like this: out.println. You want to display something, and then just click it. There are some problems. We need to check whether our reference libraries have been added or not. What is the problem? So we have just used the incorrect syntax, and this is the correct syntax. So the Servlet-Api.jar file we have just added here, and it is appearing here in referenced libraries, and this is the code that we have written in JSP. JSP is just a combination of some Java code as well as some HTML code. So out.println, this is not same as system.out.println. Out is something different from core Java. This is one of the built-in objects of JSP, which is used for printing some statement. And if you want to run it, then just right click on this, run as, run on server, save it, select this, and here's the output of JSP file. So hope you understood the steps of how to configure your Eclipse and Apache Tomcat server to write some HTML or JSP pages. Thank you.